This video is about a recent modification I made to my 1998 third generation Honda Magna, and it was based on a design by a user on the V4 forums by the name of Magna Andy or Magnandy. Sorry for butchering your username. But anyway, he posted plans on how to connect your horn button with some auxiliary running lights to make yourself more visible to people on the road who are into texting and talking on the phone while driving. So I thought it was kind of a cool project. Also, the lights don't look that bad if you look at them. They're made out of aluminum, and they come with the hardware kit. And I mounted them to the bottom mounting bracket of the radiator. All I had to do was buy a longer bolt. You can see it right there, the bolt head from Home Depot, to accommodate the extra hardware. And also they're rubber mounted, which is really cool. So it provides a little bit of shock relief for these LED lights. And this one, for whatever reason, the bottom radiator mount on the left side of the bike was recessed. So I had to buy this spacer to make sure that this bracket right here was out enough this way so that I could make adjustments to this light. So I had to pick up a little aluminum spacer right here, which I cut to length, and I bought a much longer bolt right there to accommodate that extra length. But they're good solid mounting points for the lights, and I got them off of eBay, $30 or $40 for the set. And I don't think that they're too large. They're not as tiny as some of the ones I've seen. They're a good mid-range light, 15 watts each, 30 watts for the pair. So these are the horns that I got on eBay. $18. They're automotive horns. And there's a pair. They're meant to work together. They have different frequencies to give you a full spectrum, robust horn sound, I guess. But anyway, I couldn't find any place to mount these at all. Not under here, under the headlight hardware. I couldn't fit them under there. I couldn't squeeze them together where the original horn is mounted. These mounts, the bottom radiator mounts, were already taken up by these LED lights. But I did have a fairing, and I noticed that on the fairing hardware right here that I could sandwich the bracket between the fairing hardware, where the fairing mounted to the hardware on the bike. And that bracket, which I bent, is actually holding the horn in place. And it's right beneath the bottom of my fairing and the top of my turn signal. And it's not touching the turn signal on either side. And also, on each full lock turn, they don't hit the tank. They miss it by about half of an inch. Probably hard to see. But anyway, that's where I decided to mount these horns, as unattractive as it may be. And I painted them black too. They were just kind of like bare metal on the inside, so I painted them black to kind of obscure them. This switch right here I got from Amazon. This turns on the LED running lights. And the cool thing about Magna Andy's design was that I can run the running lights independently of the horn button. So basically I ran all the wire under the tank, which I'm not going to take off because I am seriously tired of the smell of gas. And I ran the wire along the outside edge over to a relay under here. And the relay I mounted to a bolt right there that you can see. Much like that bolt right there, there was another one right there. So that's where I decided to mount the relay between the fuse box and this component over here. It fits in there pretty nicely, and I zip tied all the wires together. And the second relay, I found a place for it up here near my tank, and I velcroed it right here to stay tight. And this relay right here and this relay down here are connected. In fact, the hot side of the horn switch activates this relay right here. I'm sorry, we'll activate this relay right here, which controls the lights. This relay controls the lights. This one controls, comes off the horn switch, and they're interconnected. And right here, under this cover, is where I tapped into the tail light. And the tail light only comes on when the ignition switch is turned on. So this is a keyed hot right here. And I pulled this red wire off of that tail light to run the running lights. And again, this is the relay that runs the running lights, and I have a fuse in line right here for 15 amps that the horn and the running lights, my auxiliary horn and auxiliary running lights, are running off of this fuse right here. So that's about it, and I'll give you an example of what they sound like. Get it turned on. Now this is just with the switch right here. And at night they throw out great light. They're not as tiny as a lot of running lights I've seen, and they're not as large. It's a good mid-range light that I found on eBay, about 30 or 40 bucks a pair. And they're solid. And they work great at night. It's a much whiter light than the halogen. Let me turn those off, and hopefully you can see this. This is with the horn. Seriously loud. Seriously loud. Thanks, Magna Andy. I'll post links to where I got the components. The lights and the horn and the relays. And the wire and the butt connectors and fuses I basically just picked up from an auto parts store. And just ordered the switch. And again, the lights and the horn and the relays from eBay and Amazon. So thanks for watching.